shaping up after the fever break?
Yeah, I thought it was really important for some of our guys to get those reps for internationally. Firstly, for Chancey, get an opportunity to coach a Boomers, did an outstanding job. For CG to put that shirt back on, Kyle Bowen to get called up and play really well. Flynn and Shea, to represent their countries. Also, Steve McAdam, our physio and high performance. So we had really good involvement in that, and I think everybody's come back with some good confidence out of that trip. And the guys that we had here worked hard.
What's the big thing with the Kings this weekend? What's the focus heading in?
Yeah, Cooks and he's just having a good year. And when he's on the floor, there's a lot of there's such a much better offensive rebounding team. They play at a higher pace, and actually I forgot point guard's name for a second. Jalen Adams when he's in the game. Him in pick and roll, and we're seeing the closeout of games of him and Cooks in pick and roll and how they play together and support that with some shooting on the perimeter. So. Taking care of those two guys to start with, then at the pace and offensive rebounding and the shooting is the next one. So there's a lot of weapons to deal with that we've got to counter.
Dino, how's the group navigated, I guess, a pretty unique couple of weeks with a long investigation that after the issues at John Cain Arena and then the fan bans and player bans and tribunals and all that. Has it been discussed, and has it been had any effect on the group?
Yeah, it's certainly discussed. We got our fines handed out fairly early, and we obviously had our conversations about different things that happen, and how as a group, in those situations, what's everybody's role and responsibility, who can go on the floor, what are the things that we can do, who's holding people back from those situations. So it was good for us to not to go through it, but to make sure we got a process if it happens again, that we go ahead and do it better. And then there's obviously other issues that have come up, and racism's got no place in our sport, and our clubs work really hard to make sure that we do a great job of creating a safe space and an inclusive space for everybody.
Given how long the whole investigation took, the NBL's sort of already floated that they want to overhaul the judicial system. Are you supportive of that, and what do you see that can be improved or done better?
Yeah, just like us, we looked at our process to say, as a team in those situations, can we be better and have a better process? I think the league's doing that also, and obviously there's time frames where in this situation they had a longer time frame because of the FIBA window. I'm sure, if it had taken that long in season when there's games coming up, it wouldn't have, certainly not going to be acceptable. So, how can they be a bit more transparent with it? How can they quicken up the process?
There's been a bit of a, wave of negativity against the club from, on social media and from fans. Has that frustrated you? The usual NBL, like that, it happens quite often, but it's kind of seems to have been magnified that, there's a feeling out there that the NBL is favoured United or something like that. Does that frustrate you?
Yeah, for us right now, we got the Kings. It's been handled and just like a referee decision, it's come down. We deal with it. We move on, and now we've got exciting game versus the Kings, and we're looking forward to getting back to John Cain and packing that place out and having a great game.
36 threes in his last 5 games at over 50%. Has Chris Golding ever had a shooting streak like that while you coached him?
I'm not sure. Obviously one of our themes for this quarter of the season was confidence, and as a group, we shot it pretty well, and told me at the start of the year as a group that we're going to average over 12 threes made a game, and I'd take that any day of the week, and so it's on everybody, but he's been exceptional. Obviously didn't start the season shooting it unbelievably, but had a great quarter of the year, and loved how that transferred to the Boomers, and him to come and break those 2 games open, and he walked back in here with a lot of confidence. And teams are like any great player in our league. Teams are going to continue to do things to make it extremely hard for him, and we have to get better to continue to get him open, and we have to have other people step up in those moments as well.
He is one of the great shooters that we've seen in our league, but can you help us understand why he's going so well at the moment?
Yeah, it's always your body, and I think your rhythm and routine off the floor as well. And I think he's in a really good space with how he presents himself every day, where the strength that he's got in the weight room, the routine that he's got after practice to go ahead and get the extra work. And I think there's just been, the whole group has known when he's been hot, and everybody's made an effort to screen a little bit better for him, to space the floor a little bit better for him, and finding those opportunities.
After he missed out on the Olympics, did you have any doubt that he would rejoin the Boomers? Because some guys say, "Oh, that's it, I'm done. Someone else has turned out."
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it. Just trying to get him back in the best headspace possible for us, and we knew that would take a little bit of time. But I just thought, I think it does a good job of possibly closing that other part off for him, to say now he's put the jersey back on and he's done great. And a lot of people are probably talking about he probably could have helped if he was there, and the form that he's in right now. So he'll just keep playing the way he plays, and if the next coach thinks that he can help it at a major tournament, well, fantastic. And if he gets another opportunity like Daly did, it'd be a great story.
I know you get asked this a bit, but they've started advertising the Boomers job now. What's next for you? Do you talk to the club? Do you talk to BA and ask, how does this fit? How does this fit for an NBL job? Or are you just going to say no, yes or no on it?
Yeah, no, I've spoken with my agent, and he'll have a chat and see what they're kind of looking for, and if any way they think that I might be a good fit for what they're looking for, we'll go through the process.
With the rest of the team, how did they use the break? Did you see guys resting? Did you see them working out? What's the sort of mix been like?
Yeah, it wasn't really a break, because we just we practiced the full week, and we just gave them the weekend off. So where we normally would have played a game, we played a game on the Friday, and had the Saturday and Sunday off the game, and came back refreshed and got ready for the Kings this week. So it wasn't so much of a break. We got to do some other things. We played pickleball. The boys got to go do a trivia night, and so there was some connection sessions that were important for the group that was here. But I thought we got the balance of working really hard and refreshed, and hopefully we got that right.
Jack's full steam ahead. No other injury issues?
No, squad's as healthy as it's been, and I thought he's just being out of he worked really hard in his rehab, and you can just see the confidence building every practice, that he really trusts his body, and now he's just getting some touch back as well.
Are you going to charge Jacob Chance royalties for taking all the Chris Golding sets and bring him in for the Boomers?
No, he ran a couple of good things for him. It was nice in some different special situations. We might need the Kyle Bowen to Chris Goulding end of the quarter 1 3 ball somewhere. So no, he did a great job, and great to see Kyle and Chris and other guys on different teams that play together be able to connect on that in those Boomers situations as well.